Hello, my name is Eunjoo OH. I'm from Kyunghyun University. My major is Instructional Technology, and now I'm in the Department of Liberal Arts. Today, the title that I'm going to present is Analyzing Student Problem-Solving Skills and Creative Disposition in Problem-Based Learning. My research is about project-based learning, but the two variables in the project-based learning are problem-solving skills and creativity. And my presentation consists of background and research purposes and research method and findings and result and conclusions. I'm going to start with the background. As we all know, project-based learning is one of the alternatives of a lecture-based class. So it is a one way of improving educational method by breaking the traditional way of learning. Traditional way of learning is kind of lecture class, and in the lecture class, students become a very passive learner, but the project-based learning, students have to do something, so they become a very active learners. So it requires them to have problem-solving skills and creativity and many other variables such as communication skills and kind of negotiation skills. But today, two variables I chose for the research are problem-solving skills and creative disposition. Actually, it's not creativity, it's like attitude toward creativity, or we can say habits. In Korean, it translated as habits, creative habits, but I put as creative disposition today. I'm not so sure if this is the right translation. I try to see if students have this kind of skills and if these kind of skills are related with each other. And problem-solving skills require knowledge in a particular field, and achievement depends on which strategy people use. So in the problem-solving skills, strategies that people use are very important. And creativity is a thinking process that makes individuals unique and different from other people. So when we say we have creativity, it means we are very new idea. We have very new idea, and which is different from other people. So creativity is very important nowadays to become a very unique people and to become a problem solving people. We have to have strong skills of problem solving skills. It's kind of redundancy, but I try to say that two variables that I'm looking at are problem solving skills and creative disposition. But creativity is a thinking process, so it's difficult to see or show to other people, and how much they achieve is kind of difficult to see. So I try to see, or people try to see the creativity using a survey instrument usually. And today I also use a survey instrument. The second research need. Project-based requires student Project-based learning requires student practice problem-solving process and creativity. And creativity is an important element for everybody. So, but people are not trained to show it. So when we ask people, "Do you have creative? Are you a creative person?" and they always say no, and they say, "I have a very low skills of creativity." So it is important to observe student behaviors in a project-based learning and see how much level they have in problem-solving skills and creativity. So I try to measure those skills using the survey instrument. So purpose of research is to find out the levels of student problem-solving skills and the levels of student creative disposition and try to see whether problem-solving skills and creative habits is kind of disposition are related to each other. So I kind of use both terms together, like creative disposition and creative habits. In Korean, as I told you, it's translated as creative habits. Maybe in Korean, it's better to say as creative habits, but in English, I have a doubt. it's a kind of attitude, but not quite a habit. So disposition may be the right term, I think. Um, Now I'm going to introduce a research method. So for this research, 73 students who enrolled in a project-based class participated in this study. Actually, the I class, the project-based class, designed a project-based class and divided into two groups, actually three groups, and then give them the same lectures, exactly same activities and same lectures, and see how their problem solving skills and creative levels. So the participants consist of different classes with different academic areas like nursing, engineering, and social science. And they took the same project-based class with the same instructor. So I designed the class and I give them same lectures to the three different groups. So nursing class, nursing major people was 33, and social science major was 19, and engineering was 21 students. So it was total 73 students. It was a kind of small class, so it was good to see how they behave in the classroom environment. And survey method was used to collect the data. So I made a survey. I kind of revised the survey from the previous survey and give them the survey instrument actually in the middle of the semester in online. So I put the online and student answered online and turn in the survey instruments right away. So online survey was conducted with three different classes who enrolled in the same project-based class, and students fill out the survey on the research website and submit it directly to the research website. And research instruments, there were two research instruments. One problem-solving skills survey, the other was creative disposition survey. So 30 questions, and I put Chromebus reliability test, and it result 0.88, and creativity disposition class also showed a very high reliability. Okay, so problem solving skills instrument actually has different categories like problem recognition, modifying, information and analytic abilities, and diverse thinking, and decision making, and planning ability. And creative disposition has 13 questions with the same kind of categories. So divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories and one category. So those problem solving skills are compared with each other and compared with creative disposition as well. So data was collected with SPS 26, and at first I tried to see the tendency of problem solving skills and creative disposition. So try to get the mean and frequencies, and then try to see if there is a difference based on the gender or based on their major. So I put the t-test and then ANOVA test, and then if there is any relationships between the problem solving skills categories and with a creative disposition. So I tried Pearson's correlations test. And findings, so after those tests I found problem solving skills, the levels of first question levels of problem solving were very low, like the mean was 3.56, and it was Likert scale, and number 5 was the highest score. So if student problem solving skills were high, should be more than 4, but it result 3.6, so I would say their problem solving skills not that strong, so it was kind of low. So when I look at the problem solving skills by categories, diverse thinking and planning ability and analytic information were very low. So these three areas kind of low in their means. And when analyzing the data by gender, and there was a statistical difference in the level of diverse thinking. So in the case of diverse thinking, woman has higher score than the man. So woman's mean was 3.4, and the man's mean was 3.1. So women tend to have more diverse thinking skills. When analyzing the data by academic areas, there was no statistical difference found. So there were three different groups: engineering and nursing and social science. And in the case of problem-solving skills, there was no difference based on their academic areas. And when I look at the levels of creative disposition, it was also very low, actually lower than the problem-solving skills. Their disposition mean was 3.32. As I said, the highest score was 5, and comparing to 5, so 3.39 is kind of low. When people don't know how to answer, they put usually 3 or 3.5. So considering that point, 3.39 is kind of low. And people think, even though they are very creative, they don't think they are creative people. That's why I think they put as very low score. They responded that they have many habitual elements in their attitude or behavior. When they analyzing the data by gender, there was no difference shows. So there was no difference between men and women in terms of creative disposition. And when I look at the relationships between problem-solving skills and creative disposition, there was no difference, but there was a strong relationships between I'm sorry, there were strong relationships among the creative disposition and problem-solving skills. So when people have strong problem-solving skills, their creative dispositions are also very high. So the data shows that all the problem-solving skills are very strongly correlated with each other as well. So when I look at the Pearson's relationships, the p-value was very high with the creative disposition. So all the problem recognition and modifying information, analytic abilities, and diverse thinking and decision making and planning abilities are very highly related with creative disposition. So according to these findings, we found that students have very low levels of problem-solving skills and creative habits. I call the habit, but it's creative disposition. As I told you, the mean was 3.35 and 3.3 or something, so it was very low. And it also showed that problem-solving skills are correlated with creative dispositions. So when people have strong problem-solving skills, they might have creative abilities as well. So it means when problem-solving skills are improved, creative habit and creativity also can be improved, which is when we put the train for problem-solving skills, the creative thinking skills also will go high. So the strategies to implement problem-solving skills and creativity in the project-based learning should be explored. So when people do not have strong problem-solving skills and creativity, it is not, there is a high possibility that they are not successful in the project-based learning, even though they do the project that it might be not successful. On the other hand, from the project-based learning, they might improve their problem-solving skills. I did research in the middle of the semester, so I think if I did one more survey at the end of the semester, they might show that there is an improvement. So for the next research, I think I put the pre-data and the post-data and have to compare. If the project-based learning improves student problem-solving skills and creative attitude or creative disposition. But for now, for this research, student problem solving is kind of were low and creativity also were low. So um, make them successful in the project-based learning, instructors have to do something to guide them very um, strategically to be successful in their learning results, or for the better communication. um, Instructors, I think, involved in their learning very much. um, so creativity means change. So while we remain unchanged and are immersed in our existing familiarity, students will left behind. So just give them activities and let's do it, and let them do whatever they can do. That doesn't mean that they can improve their skills. So I think the instructional design for improving their thinking skills and problem solving skills should be very important, and instructors should be very much involved in their learning as well in many ways, because for now they are not that independent for their own learning. The change requires new learning and extra effort. In order to change, students must continue to encounter new ideas and acquire new knowledge and skills. Usually people do not want to try the new one, or if they require many communication skills with other colleagues and problem solving situation, they are very reluctant to heavily involved in that kind of situation because they feel it very difficult and because it's new. But it is necessary to face that kind of situation to improve their skills. So students must freely express what they think, and they have to freely ask and explore and learn with curiosity and interest. And they have to know what they do not know, and in that way they can improve their skills. So for achieving the study goals, students must challenge a little higher level of work than their own ability in learning environment. So rather than just put a very familiar or usual activity, give them a higher thinking level activities and let them solve the problem and guide them in a good way using the communication tools. There are a lot of communication tools interacting with each other online. So using many tools, it's better to involve their learning and check how much they can learn and what they can do. It is also important to develop habit of thinking from another point of view and from various angles rather than just thinking on one side. So it's very kind of important to give them a lot of information and try to look at other areas and other possibilities rather than just putting on one angle. So activities, what kind of activities they have as a learning process is very important. So instructor's role is really important. As I said, instructional design and activities are the key point of success of student learning. So problem solving skills, solving problems. When solving problems, students also learn not to jump into conclusions or to become fast learner. That's the most worst point. So they have to know what kind of learning process and what kind of thinking process they have to look at various possibilities. Considering the learning environment, project learning provides the most suitable learning conditions for the best practice, especially for this kind of skills like problem solving skills and creativity. So when students should train themselves to be active in curriculum and put positive and diverse in thinking. So project-based learning is one of the best I can say one of the best learning environment, provide one of the best learning environment, but the key of success is how to design the instruction. So instructors think about the strategies and activities that fit on the learning contents. So this is my research. So when we talk about project-based learning, it's not just project-based learning. We have to think of creativity and problem-solving skills and other skills like communication skills to put on the activities. As I said, for the further research, if you want to see how much they improved their thinking skills and creativity and problem solving skills, we have to put like post and pre and post test and see the differences. Maybe I can try the kind of research next time. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.